Today we're looking at remedies that overcome depression. Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. I'm really excited you decided to join me today. We are talking about remedies that have helped with my depression. And before we get started, like, share, subscribe. To get started, I want to break this up into a few different sections because I understand that depression can come from a few different areas. So the first section I want to talk about is brain fog, or just kind of that not really feeling motivated. The things that really helped me are lithium aspartate. That was wonderful. It got my brain going. It just really gave food for my brain fairly quickly. The thing I like about it is that you find out really quickly whether it works for you or not. The next one for brain fog that I really love is rhodiola. It also gives me a lot of energy with clearing up my head. And that one worked really well. Along with those two, I love the oat straw. I think this one, I still use this one a lot today. It just still gives me so much energy when I have a little bit of that brain fog left. This really just zaps it and kicks it into high gear. The next one I recommend, I used to take this one a lot, but I've noticed I don't need it at all anymore. But I used to take it a lot actually, and it is L-tyrosine. This is a free-form amino acid, which it's also a precursor to dopamine and a few others like adrenaline and stuff like that. So it is, instead of just giving you the dopamine that you're wanting, it actually helps your body to create the dopamine for itself. So your body doesn't become dependent on a pill. It actually starts just helping your body to create the dopamine. Water, and I know that sounds so basic, and you actually are 85% water from the head, from the neck up, and 75% water from the neck down. And if you don't have water in every cell, your body becomes depleted. You can't create those hormones, and you can't create those things that actually make you feel good. So one thing that I really love with water is magnesium, and this is magnesium chloride, which I've talked a little bit about in a couple of other videos. But this one I love because when you have magnesium in your body and you have enough of it, it is actually what draws the water into each cell. And I like the chloride. Make sure you get magnesium chloride because that is the best thing that's going to get the most cellular exposure and get that water and get the magnesium and get everything into those cells that you need to be there. Next one I want to talk about is anxiety with your depression. Sometimes because we're so anxious and we just don't feel like we can function properly, it's anxiety, and the anxiety fuels the depression, and the depression fuels the anxiety. And so the things that I feel helped the best for anxiety was Vetiver essential oil. I use Doterra. I'm a distributor, but if you have another company that you love, go for it. I also loved Wild Orange. This one just made me feel happy. In fact, most of the citrus ones made me feel a little happier. The last one is Frankincense. I just love frankincense. Another thing that is great for anxiety is valerian root. I've also talked about this one. It's in a tincture. You can get it in pills. You can get it in like teas. There's a lot of different ways to get valerian root, but that I really liked for anxiety. The last thing I want to talk about is looking at ourselves and what it is that we're expecting of ourselves, because I think this was a really big factor for my depression. And the more I talk to people, I find that it's more their views and the things that they're expecting in life that are causing their depression. So for me, I really liked Tony Robbins and how he describes how we have rules in our life, and the rules determine our happiness. But also with that, we put a lot of meaning to these rules. So for me, when I was in a really depressed state, I had 4 little kids. My husband was in the military and doing a lot of training, doing a lot of deployments. And I had a rule that our house should be clean and that I should have these amazing organic and fresh meals, and that I basically, if I didn't do that, then I was not being a good mom, which is completely unrealistic. I mean, maybe you can do that for a time, but when you have 4 very small children in the house, to expect such a high standard when there really isn't any help because you don't have a spouse there, that is a pretty unrealistic expectation. At least it was for me. So I was getting depressed because I wasn't achieving what one of my rules was. And if that's a rule, then therefore once I achieve this rule, I should be happy. But it wasn't achievable. So therefore I could never be happy. Taking the rules that were not helping me in my life and not supporting me, and then really finding out my energy type and what my gifts are and also what my challenges are, I was able to really form this life and this vision about, okay, well, what is a perfect life, or what does a really happy life look like for me? Now that I know my rules, I got rid of the rules that weren't supporting me and I put new rules that do support me. I'm able to plan the life that I want and plan the life and design the life that I want. I trust this video was helpful, and if there's any products that you're interested in, I will leave them down in the description. And until next time, bye guys.